a birth just, wasn't a component in my life until I got pregnant, right?
Right.
And then my mom said, hey, did you take your Bradley class? And so I did. And that was kind of how Bradley got introduced in my life. That was 1998. Had that baby unmedicated. And then I got pregnant again in 2008 and was planning a hospital birth. And then I went to my OB and I said, hey, can I deliver on my hands and knees this time? Last time I did on my back. It was my choice. No one forced me to do that, but I don't think I want to do that again. I want to be on hands and knees, something forward leaning. And she just was like, basically laughed at me. She was like, well, I don't know how to catch a baby if you're on your hands and knees, so probably not.
Catch it because it's coming through at like 60 miles an hour, right?
It's going to be a fastball there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Most people have a little bit of fear when they are pregnant and the belly starts getting larger and they realize, oh, this big thing has to come out of that little tiny hole. And you start analyzing the physics of that, and the practicality of it. And so the education, of course, hopefully breaks some of that fear. We break down how that's possible, how everything's the baby's going to compress and the vag is going to open. And I think that's just the start, right? So we can eliminate some of that fear. There's no risk. There's just inherent risk in childbirth, but there's low risk and there's high risk. Things like high risk, like, oh, you're over 35. That may be, someone may consider that high risk, but most midwives are not considering it high risk. And the's no law that says a person who's over 35 can't deliver at home or out of hospital with a midwife. Then you have high risk, like someone has gestational diabetes. That's a different story. Like in class, we can't teach the obstetrics journal, so we don't get into all those, but we definitely encourage people to really ask the questions. And is this true high risk? I'm anemic. Am I high risk? Can I still deliver out of hospital? Again, asking those questions and kind of pushing the envelope. That's how we make change. Is mom okay? You got to know that. Is the baby okay? And then the next question is, what is the actual problem that we're dealing with? Because sometimes the problem is, most of the time, honestly, is just taking a long time. Is that really a problem? Is it really a problem if mom's okay and baby's okay, right? So then you kind of get to, talk that through with your provider. And that's the key. You've got to find a provider that respects you and is willing to have a conversation with you about that and not just shut you down.
If you're a brand new parent, you don't necessarily want to leave your house.
Not at all. And I feel pretty strongly about that too. I think everyone needs, like I said, everyone needs support, right? Part of the support system is a lactation consultant. Them coming to your house, not only do you not want to leave the house with a brand new baby, it's just complicated. But if they come to your house, they can wait till the baby's ready to feed, right? Rather than manipulating and saying, okay, you're here for your appointment, it's time for you to feed. And you're also in your environment, so they can see, what are you sitting on? Just that, like, what are you sitting on? What are you supporting your body with? That can affect your baby's latch. And you can't replicate that if you go to a clinic.